Fiat currencies were and still are the ledger of your labor. Soon, that will change as they wish, and they're trying to instill into digital currencies only, and that will become based on social credit scores, and you must do and say these things, or you will not get what your digital currency is, your score, your digital money, whatever they're going to call it. So we went from fiat currencies, were and are the ledger of your labor. Soon to be, digital currencies will be a ledger of your behavior and your slavement. That's what it is. It's fiat currencies, ledger of your labor. Digital currencies, ledger of your behavior. That's it. Keep you enslaved. I mean, the other way, fiat currency is dead to a point, but not at full force. Not a full force like the digital aspect will be. Whether it's CBDCs or just keeping a ledger of things or whatever they're going to call it, it doesn't matter. It's all the same thing. It's all nothing but control. Control the population. Control everything. And then we can soon steal and take everything. And then we own everything, and everyone has to do what we say when we say, or they won't survive. That's what it's going to be. Government doesn't like that book. You can't purchase it. You can't read it. You can't get to it. Government doesn't like firearms, doesn't like guns, so you can't buy them. You can't get to them. You can't rent them. You can't shoot them. You can't use them. Government doesn't like ammunition, but maybe you can get guns or firearms. But it doesn't matter because you can't buy ammunition. You can't get all ammunition. You can't do it. Or maybe government says you've purchased too much ammunition. What is too much? Well, they said it's too much. So you purchased too much, so you can't purchase any more ammunition for another year. Maybe you purchased too many firearms over the last 10 years, so you can't purchase any more for another 10 years. Maybe you've purchased this book before, so now you're no longer have the ability to access any of those avenues to purchase books or music or whatever the case is for 6 months, 6 years, whatever the numbers they're going to put on it, because government says. You can't purchase meat. You can't purchase meat. It's bad for the environment. It's bad for the scam called climate change or global warming or global cooling, whatever they're going to call it. It's bad for that scam, so you can't purchase it. You can't purchase meat. Or maybe you've purchased too much meat, so you can't purchase any more meat. Or you can't purchase that type of meat. You can purchase only this type of meat, this lab-grown meat. You can't purchase real meat. That's set aside for, for the kings, the queens, the presidents, the real people, not you morons, not you imbeciles down on the bottom, you parasites, which government is, but they claim that society is as a whole, the population. You can't purchase that movie or that music, so you're just out. You're not going to be able to purchase them because we don't agree with what they say or what's on the screen. It doesn't matter what it is. We don't agree with it, so you can't purchase it. You can't buy that item, no matter what it is. It's not safe for you. So because it's not safe for you, we're not going to allow you to buy it. We're going to allow you to purchase it. We're going to allow you to rent it. We're going to allow you to use it because it's not safe for you. It's for your safety that we don't allow you to buy that or purchase that. You might hurt yourself. So whether it's mother government, father government, it's president this, president that, dictator this, dictator that, it doesn't matter. It's all the same. They're doing this to instill all this pain and this false narrative that they're looking out for you while they're doing everything but. But people continue to put their kids in these indoctrination camps, prison systems, they call through K through 12, public school, which are government schools. It's all the same. If you agree with government, you agree with government 100% and everything they've ever done, throw your kids in those prison camps called government schools. Go ahead, because you're on board. You agree with it. If you disagree with it at all, you should pull your kids out of those government schools right now, because you're setting them up and you're letting these strangers these strangers raise these kids, raise your kids, your children. You're letting these strangers have them for 8 hours a day, maybe even more at times. These strangers, while you're separated from them, you have no idea what they're being fed, what kind of lies, what kind of whatever, learning, if you want to call it that. And when they're, all that time, all that growth, all those years that they're developing and becoming a woman or a man or an adult, all those, that valuable time that you have, that you could have spent with them, you could have helped them, you could have trained them, you could have whatever. You help them grow. You give that job to strangers, complete strangers, who don't give two craps about your children for the most part. They care more about, maybe some of them have a good heart, if you want to call it that, but they care more about, well, are we going to get summers off? Are we going to get this much for a paycheck? Are we going to get this kind of benefit? Are we going to get this? Are we going to get that? That's their main focus. Maybe your children is secondary, but that's not too often either. Most of them, it's just a job, and they can't wait to get away. Because they only do what the government tells them to do. They only do because they get all these things brought down to them. This is what you have to train these children for. This is what you have to get them to believe is real, and this is real history, and this is really what's going on. Well, you keep everything of, survival, everything you need in life, keep that away from them. Because you don't want to give them that power. You don't want to let them know that they have power and they can grow and they can develop and they become worth something. No, we got to keep that out of them. And we got to keep indoctrinating them and keep them dumbed down as they are drinking this liquid Prozac they call water that's at your city, at your town hall, at your, whatever it is. This public water system too. It's Prozac. That's all it is liquid Prozac. Look into it. Same ingredients. But anyways, this is a short video. I just want people to think about these things and do something about it. Don't just watch this stuff all the time from all these other people. I don't care who the people putting these videos are. Yes, you should. And if they're beneficial, I agree with it. But don't just do that and stop there. You need to actually do stuff with this information and make this a world, a better place for your family, for your friends, for your complete strangers that need help. You got to get out there and use this. Use this to benefit yourself and humanity as a whole. Don't just watch this stuff for entertainment. But anyways, that's all I got to say. It's just frustrating as you see this happen day in, day out, and not a lot of people want to do anything because it's just too tough. I'll be entertained with it, but it's just too tough to do something. Anyways, if you like this, like, share, subscribe. Thank you for watching, and stay vigilant. So, get help. Back to you.